Okay, awesome. Well, welcome to tonight's Team Dare to Dream and the Determination Nation team call. Deborah and I are excited to talk to you about a really important topic for growing your business, and that is social media. So I would like to dive right in. We have a lot of content to cover. I'm going to share my desktop, and the first thing I'd like to do for you guys is play this video. You may or may not have seen it before, but this is definitely going to set the tone as to why this is a really important topic to talk about, why it's really relevant to our business. So let's get playing this. Okay, so I think you get the picture. Oh, I just closed my Google Drive that I needed. I think you get the picture now of understanding that everybody is on social media. Not just every human being, but every company is smart enough to be out there on social media doing all of their marketing, and there are a million different social media channels. So tonight we thought we would take a few minutes again to go back through some of social media do's, don'ts, a little bit of statistics to kind of reiterate why it's important to get comfortable here on social media with your business, and also then go over a little bit about content. So we made a few slides. I'm going to go into presentation mode. Is that still good? Can you all see? I'm assuming so, because I know everyone's muted and I can't see you guys anymore. I'm just going to be in presentation mode.
Looks good.
Cool. Okay. So here's a quick slide of social media explained. Like I said, there are so many different social media platforms, and we can't possibly be experts in all of them. But here's a little bit about what they're quote unquote, explained, talking about the use of a donut. So for Twitter, it's I'm eating a donut. For Facebook, I like donuts. Foursquare, this is where I eat donuts. That's like the check-in site. Instagram, here is a vintage photo of my donut. It's all the filters. YouTube, here I am eating a donut with video content, obviously. LinkedIn, here's my skills on, what I can do while eating a donut. Pinterest, here's a donut recipe. Then there's other ones that I'm not too familiar with, except Google Plus, which I will mention in a few minutes. I'm a Google employee who eats donuts. So there are a lot of different ways. All the social media platforms are slightly different than each other. I think the one we're going to talk mostly about tonight is Facebook, because we should all be on Facebook and getting comfortable at mastering that. Before we run into that, though, here's a few social media statistics that every business owner needs to know. So number one is Facebook is the most visited website of all websites. So this might not shock you, but I want you to think about the repercussions that you might have if your brand and you yourself are not advertising your brand on Facebook. So, given like 4, 5, 6 years ago, Facebook didn't even rank in the top 10. But now it is the big daddy of all social media platforms, and it's the most used, most visited, and 74% of consumers cited relying on social media to make purchasing decisions. So, you can bet your bottom dollar that Facebook is a big part of that. I know for a fact for myself, whenever I have a question about a product or a place or a movie, I put it out there on Facebook. I question and I survey, and I get a lot of responses, and I trust those responses. Number two, Facebook shares have the greatest influence on Google search rankings in the US, followed by backlinks, which just means, well, that's too much beyond what we're going to be talking about tonight. But Facebook shares, meaning people share your posts. Number three, 53% of people recommend companies and products on Twitter. So I have all my Facebook posts connected to Twitter, so I'm not often on Twitter, but there's a very simple way to link your Facebook posts to go right out on Twitter at the same time, and I've been slowly growing my following there. If that many people are recommending products and companies, and you need to be part of those conversations. Number four, there are 800 million active users on YouTube that spend an average of 15 minutes a day watching YouTube videos. And I can attest that 3 of the 4 of my household members are part of that. My kids, up to me, use YouTube a lot to look up information, to watch followers. So people are watching videos. Why not have them watch your videos, right? Be part of the modern web culture. Number 5, the average consumer mentions brands, different brands, 90 times a week with family, friends, and coworkers. So, you're more likely to be mentioned if you're part of the conversation and building relationships on social media. I know for a fact that what I do with Beachbody and what I put out there on social media has been brought up many times in real life conversations outside of social media. So you might as well be part of those outside conversations that are being brought up all the time. Number 6, there are 5 million images uploaded to Instagram every day. So I know that, probably a lot of us use Instagram or just started to be on Instagram and don't really know what to do with it there. So it's fairly new platform to many of us, but it does have integration with Facebook again, which makes it now like a social media platform, perfect for sharing photos, and it kind of has like what's going on behind your brand over there on that platform. Number 7, the average user spends 89 minutes per month on Pinterest. So that's almost an hour and a half a month. That's a lot of likes, a lot of repins, as what they call it over there. So you can also have your brand represented on Pinterest, and I'll share another tip on that in just a few more points. Number 8, 56% of people check their Facebook daily. Like 56% of everyone on Facebook, which we already said, how many people are on Facebook, check their Facebook on a daily basis. So what does that mean to you? Well, that means your content should be daily on Facebook, as well as to reach the maximum number of people. We're going to talk about content. You want to make sure that you're not overdoing it, but make sure your content is valuable, consistently fresh, engaging, to have people want to come back to your page and they know what they can expect from you. But people are out there looking at their Facebook every single day. So consistency is definitely key. Number 9, there are 120,000 tweets sent every second. So tweets are like those little statement phrases, you know. I know that's a ton of tweets, and it can become very chaotic in that feed. But there's a lot of conversations to be had over on Twitter. And I know some top coaches like Janelle Summers found her top coach, Mindy Wender, on Twitter. And I know Mindy said she doesn't use Twitter a whole lot lately, but there are definitely conversations to be had over on Twitter. It just takes a little bit more work, in my opinion. Number 10, 64% of Twitter users and 51% of Facebook users are more likely to buy products of the brands that they follow online or hear about online. So I think that speaks to it for itself. Number 11, here's something you guys may or may not use, but Google Plus. And so there's a Google Plus one button is used 5 billion times per day. That's a lot of untapped shares and people over there on Google Plus. It's actually the third most active social media platform, but it's also mostly ignored by dismissed as not having like that cool factor that Facebook does represent. But it's very easy to use, and it can drive a substantial amount of traffic with the power of Google search. So it's kind of linked with Google search, and it's got great SEO capability. Number 12, 83% of Pinterest users are women. The most popular categories include clothes, crafts, and food. And for me in particular, whenever I want a 21-day fix recipe, I mean, I'm not really on Pinterest too much, but I go and use it, and I've gotten some amazing 21-day fix recipes and ideas from Pinterest. So I'd also like to include /fitness. So think about your demographic, and if it's women with certain, hobbies like this, then Pinterest can be a major traffic driver for you. Number 14, WordPress and blogs like, Blogger or Tumblr. Blogging is one of the most important drivers of traffic, as well as the foundation for SEO, which is search engine optimization. It's looking for keywords. So when you go to Google and you type in, healthy recipe, if your WordPress blog is linked up with certain words, it could be easily found. And so it can drive traffic that way. Again, I have a WordPress blog. It's a great resource for me. I use it every time I want to share about like my ultimate reset journey, or my 3-day refresh journey, or a recipe that I've put together. Or if somebody wants to learn a little bit about how I got started, I have it all in my WordPress blog, so I can quickly grab and send links. Otherwise, I don't do a lot still with SEO, but it's definitely something to think about. And the last one here is 50% of shoppers have made a purchase based on a recommendation through a social media network. So, social media has definitely helped me completely grow my business. I don't have time to be hosting parties and going to meet people all the time. And I don't even have a lot of time for phone calls, although I do enjoy phone calls with people. I know Deb and I and every other coach that is successful within Beachbody uses social media to grow their business. And not only that, I've also been able to successfully grow and train my team, help my customers stay accountable with groups, most importantly, meet new people. And I do 90% of my daily power hour on social media. So social media is an awesome tool. It's made life easier in so many ways. It's allowed us to connect easily with anyone in the world. And as you may have heard from Carl Deichler, Beachbody on Demand is being tested out among other countries. We're headed in the international direction. So how on earth would you connect with so many people around the world without social media, right? However, social media can be a double-edged sword, and it can harm your business if you are using it in the wrong way. So here, quickly, are 12 common mistakes that are made with social media. And the first one being not being active on social media. So there's still a lot of people that have the fear of exposing themselves on social media, sharing their journey on social media, posting, and being their authentic self on social media. And I'm telling you today, it's time to get over that fear. Social media is definitely, obviously, here to stay. It's an excellent way to grow your business, like I've shared, And the good news is that social media is just like meeting people in everyday life. So you're already doing that. We're grown adults already doing that. We know how to do that. That leads me to my next mistake, which is number 2, treating social media as something different, AKA not being your true authentic self. So, social media, like I said, is no different than that. I think you shouldn't treat it any different than everyday life. So it's just another way to meet new people. And there really is only one true rule to remember. What you do offline is what you should be doing online. So for example, you wouldn't walk into somebody's party, right, without getting to know all the people in the room first before you start just pitching products, right? I mean, that to me is a really prime example of doing it the wrong way on social media. And I'm also sure that you would not share personal drama or details with hundreds of people you really don't know, right? In real life. Of course not. Like, you're not going to go into a party and just start spilling the beans about everything. Well, the same goes true with being online and being on social media. So just keep that rule in mind. If you would not do it offline, then you don't want to do it online either. Number 3, focusing on too many social media channels all at once. So you have limited time, I have limited time, and there is no way you can stay active and do well on all of the social media channels like Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Pinterest and Instagram, unless you have the budget to obviously hire a social media manager for yourself. But when you set unrealistic goals to be active on all the social media channels, then what happens is you end up doing a very poor job, and it winds up hurting your business. So it's like going, we talk about walking into a party, right? It's like going to 10 parties all in one night, and you're not going to remember who you're meeting, and you're not going to be able to keep track, and you're going to forget who wanted to talk to you about something later, and it's just going to become overwhelming. So it's better just to focus on 1 to 2 platforms at a time. And obviously, like I shared, the network that is most popular with what we do, MLM prospects, is Facebook. So I would definitely put a focus on Facebook. Number 4, trying to sell your products and opportunity immediately, / posting links. So just like you wouldn't walk into a party and start selling immediately, you're not going to do that on social media. You have to provide value, and you have to get to know people first before you start posting your links to business. In fact, I rarely post a link. Sometimes when we do those flash sales or something that's of urgent nature, I might put a link out there because I don't have time to send it to everybody. But more often than not, and Deborah's going to share this about content that you should be sharing, my links are in private messages once I am engaging with people and building a relationship and we get to that point. Number 5, promoting your company and products. So for example, I put in parentheses, you are the brand. So this may be hard to understand at first because we're independent Beachbody coaches, and Beachbody is obviously very recognizable, and all of our products are very recognizable. But what you're drawing people to on your social media is you. You are going to help them, and the products, the workouts, the company, those are the tools that are going to help change their lives. But you are the one reaching out to your hand and helping people to join you on this healthy and fit lifestyle. So I know that's a little bit hard to understand at first, but when you just post links after links to your company, you kill the curiosity, and people become less excited to meet and learn about you and your business because they can Google everything and learn about products, or they can just go buy it online. So just keep in mind that maybe you sharing the products is a different story, but it's got to be you and not just product links and whatnot. Number 6, so this is a common mistake this is worded a little funny, but a common mistake is not providing value, not don't provide value. It's when you don't provide value. I should have worded it like that. So always think about how you can help your audience and give value when you're posting on social media. You want to get people's attention, and you want to be able to help them in some sort of way. 3 simple ways to provide value in social media real quick is just number 1, sharing knowledge. Anything you learn on your journey from the day I started, and I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a fitness trainer, but from the day I started my journey, even through now, anytime I learn something or find a product that I absolutely love or, have like a health tip, I share it. So sharing knowledge is number 1. Number 2, sharing interesting personal information. It cannot be all business. People definitely want to get to know you because, again, you are the brand. So sharing interesting personal information, not every detail of your life, not the drama, but interesting personal information. And then number 3, share something funny. Engage with people and be lighthearted and be fun and share something funny that people will enjoy. The number 7 is kind of similar. Common mistake is not being engaging on social media. So we're there, again, to be social. So by now, you already understand that aspect. Social media is like attending a social event, right, in real life. You just don't walk into a party and stare at everyone and don't talk to everyone. You have to engage with your social media audience. So that means liking, commenting, communicating with others. I know that Deb and I did a weekend challenge with our teams called Fit in 4. And what was one of the Fit in 4 activities? Commenting, right? I mean, that's part of our daily activities. We have to be sure not to get hung up in just doing that all day, but engaging is definitely a key component to building your brand and building relationships on social media. Number 8, posting things that are not consistent with what you represent. So don't forget, guys, people are watching you. They're watching. You may think that they aren't, and they might not like everything you do or comment on everything you do, but they are watching. So when you start to post things that are inconsistent with what you represent, it sends a bad message. So for an example, like when you're in the health and fitness industry, if you're constantly posting pictures of yourself eating fried chicken wings, I mean, what kind of message does that send, right? And I'm not saying that we can't have fried chicken wings because we're human and most of us live by the 80-20% rule, right? So we can live our life and enjoy a little, but make sure you share that part of it. If you're going to post that you're eating chicken wings, say why. Is it your treat meal for the night? Did you work really hard to earn those chicken wings? Did you do a mud run or something to earn those chicken wings? So it's just a point of that you have to be consistent with what you are representing as a coach. Number 9, not showing commitment to the business. So, this is a tricky one. We talk about breadcrumbing the business and planting seeds about the business. So, just take a step back and realize, what is your main vision for your company, for you, your business?
Give me my earbuds.
What? Oh, somebody else is talking. Okay. Are you committed to that? Are you a real entrepreneur? Most important, are you a serious entrepreneur? I see this often frequently when someone claims they're going to do the business, and then they really don't show commitment to the business, or their number 10, lack of consistency in their posting. And that just proves that you're not really being a serious business owner, and then people lose trust in that. So number 10, lack of consistency in posts. When you're not consistent, people start to doubt your commitment. So 9 and 10 go hand in hand there. You have to make it a daily habit to post consistently. And that is another reason why you should focus only on 1 to 2 social media channels, because it's better to post consistently on one channel than spreading yourself too thin and having to post in a million different areas. And number 11, having no personal content. So I think we already kind of talked about this. People are interested in what's going on in your personal life. Many of my most popular posts, I could post what I think is the most awesome fitness post, or me doing a tuck jump or something amazing, and I get a couple of likes. But when I post something about my dog Roxy, or something like, heartfelt about my kids, that's when I get the most likes and the most attention. So people want to see your personal stuff too. They want to know you personally, and that you're not just there to just be a fitness person. And number 12, and the last one here I wanted to share, was not having a time budget for social media. and or spending too much time on social media. So social media can hurt your business if you let yourself get carried away with it. I mean, there are endless things to read and like and comment on, and you can find yourself just on there getting in a time sink of scrolling for like a whole hour can go by, and then you wonder when you say you don't have enough time to work on the business where your time is going. So what I like to do sometimes, if I'm going to take a little bit of time to do some engaging on social media and liking and commenting and looking at people's things, I set a time limit. You can set a clock watch for yourself, and you can give yourself 5 or 10 minute session to go and do some scrolling and liking and commenting. And that's part of your daily activities. But just like the opposite to that, if you wind up spending too much time on social media, I know it can be your friend, but it can also be your foe. So you want to make sure that you're not getting disconnected in your own real life and what's going on around you, because I know how much we do on social media with our business. But again, that's why we have the power hour, so that we can be focused on social media and not let it overwhelm us and disconnect us from our real life. Really quickly, I think we've gone over so much of what we shouldn't be doing on social media that we'll quickly scroll through the do's of social media, which are pretty easy here. So the first one talks about how you want your social media page to look. So when you have new friends and new followers and they accept your friend request, or if you're on your like page and they like your page and they go and they say, what's this person all about? Well, here are 5 things that you should do to set up your page to look professional. So you want to have a nice profile picture of yourself. It should be a headshot, or it can be a whole person of, a whole picture of you if you want. Just make sure that they can easily see it when they're on their mobile device, and that you don't change your profile picture way too often, because you want them to recognize your picture in the news feed all the time. Say, oh, there's Jen. So a nice profile picture of yourself, a fun cover banner that represents you and your brand. You can have some pictures of your family on there. You can have a fitness picture on there. You can make it like a little collage of yourself. You can have a nice motivational quote, whatever you want to do that represents you, but just have a nice cover banner on there. And when the person clicks on the cover banner, you can put a nice little blurb about yourself in the description of the picture. So for example, mine, when you click on mine, and it even says something like, click here to learn more, and they click on it, and there's the whole description, like, I'm mostly over on my like page, but here's a little bit about how I got started. So you can do that. You can also have a link to your like page in your description area of the about you or the intro. Also, about the intro of your profile page, you should go to the work area and you can include a fun description of what you do, but don't have it be Beachbody. Okay, because again, you're representing yourself. So you are a CEO, or you're a mompreneur, or you're an entrepreneur, or you're a fitness lover, or you're passionate. Whatever you are, make it fun. Make them understand what you do, and you can also link them if you have a like page there. But you're not just a Beachbody coach. You're so much more than that. You're a cheerleader. You're someone there to motivate people. So think about that, and you can look at mine and Deb's and a lot of other people on the team and just see what they have. But lastly, clean up your Facebook page, okay? So when someone goes there, they're not gonna see negative comments from people or negative posts or gaming posts and links to games. Like, that's all you do all day, because you're not a serious entrepreneur if you're playing games all day and asking people to join you on Facebook, right? So make sure that that's not on your professional social media page. Number 2, be a product of the product, share your journey. We talk about that all the time. That's part of what goes on Facebook. Share your success and the successes of those you work with. So remember to be thankful about these posts and not boastful. So if you're going to do like a Thankful Thursday post and you're going to talk about so a sensitive topic, sometimes is income. Sometimes I'd rather put like what Beachbody has done for me versus just only about income, because then it seems more boastful. But remember to be thankful, share the successes of your challengers, use your teammates as examples. Transformation Tuesday pictures are always great to share. And then number 4, don't forget to breadcrumb or plant seeds so that your followers and friends know what you do and what you offer. And you can do it in a very cool, nonchalant, fun, and engaging way. Again, it doesn't have to just be like, I'm a Beachbody coach, right? So think about that. Number 5, build your network daily, 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 daily. If you don't grow your network list, then you're going to be talking to the same people about the same stuff and inviting the same people, and you're going to stall. So build your network daily, and last but not least, be consistent. So that's what I had to share. I am now going to pass it over to Deb and let her talk a little bit. I'm going to let her share her screen, I think, instead, so she can go through her slides.
Woo! I'm out of breath.
Woo! Take a breath.
Like, whoa, did everybody get all that?
I hope so. We can share the slides again, but man, I'm sweating, so hopefully you did.
All right. All right, my turn. I'm going to talk about content, just reinforcing a little bit more about what Jen was talking about. I must first find the content. Where did Jen leave off? Right there. Okay. I'm trying to find presentation mode.
Deb, right up there next to my picture, it says present. There, right over there. Yep.
It's a Google PowerPoint, not like a regular PowerPoint that Windows users use. It's the Mac version. Okay. So, compelling content. So, Jen told you all kinds of interesting do's and don'ts. But the question now is what? What should I post, and where do I find these posts? So I have what I call the 5 E's, and Jen covered some of them, but I think it's helpful just to kind of look at it in terms of the 5 E's. And your posts should be entertaining, they should be educational, they should be engaging, enlightening, and inspiring. Yes, I know I misspelled that word. So, you know, when you're thinking about, you know, what to post, for instance, I have this little board here. It's blank right now, but you could use something like this as a content calendar. It's a 7-day little whiteboard, right? I got it at Staples, and I'll show you what I would do, but if you know that, well, I'll show you how to use this in a little bit. So let's go on to the where. Where do I find this information? Because then I'm going to show you how to create your content calendar. See, there we go. Right click, previous. Up. Sorry, guys. Okay, where do you find information? Jen went through some of this as well. But number 1, Google is your friend. When I first became a coach, okay, so you're looking at my page, you're looking at Jen's page, you're looking at other coaches' page, and you're like, my gosh, where do they find all this information? Google is your friend. When I first became a coach, Google was my very best friend, and it still is today. What I would do, I would think, okay, I want to have, again, thinking, I didn't even know about these 5 E's. I hadn't like put them into 5 E's, but back when I first became a coach, I deliberately said to myself, what do I want people to feel when they come to my page? Like Jen said, clean up your Facebook page, make it inviting. It's where people come to check you out. So what do I want them to feel? What do I want them to experience? So that's your number 6, E. What do you want them to experience? Well, I wanted them to be entertained. I wanted them to be educated. I wanted them to be engaged. I wanted them to be enlightened. So enlightened and inspired. So, you know, sharing your story, sharing other people's stories, that's inspiring. Sharing your faith. I know Jen and I both do a lot of sharing of our faith. So that's inspiring and enlightening and thought-provoking. Encouraging, that would be another E that I would want to add to this. Educational, you know, things about, that's your recipes, that's your fit tips, that's your product reviews, you know, oh, this you know, dry shampoo really volumizes my hair, you know, that's educational and engaging. And then entertaining. I mean, viral videos are great for entertaining. Viral videos are one of the exceptions to the no sharing from other pages rule. And I'll talk about that down below. It says, no, don't plagiarize, be real, and limit sharing. You know, a lot of times when I come to your guys' Facebook page, and especially newer coaches, I see you sharing. I don't see any organic content. I don't see any native content, and that means content that you created. So you're saying, but Deb, I don't know what to create. Go to Google. You don't have to create the wheel. You just need to post it natively to your page. So go, type in right now even, or type in a word, type in fitness motivation. You will find so many pictures. And what happens to me is I'll have a particular thing in my mind that I want to talk about. Like maybe it's determination. Maybe it's, consistency. And so I'll type in that word, and I end up, it can almost be a bunny trail, because I'll end up finding other pictures. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Oh, I had not even thought of that. Oh, that would be a great post. So, what you can do when you do that is you can certainly, I save those pictures either to my phone or to my hard drive or to my Google photo drive. And I would put them, like what I've started doing is I've started putting them in a little, like today 1, today 2, today 3, so that I know these are pictures that I found today that I like, and I don't have to keep taking up space on my hard drive, because tomorrow I'll do it again. I'll do today 1, today 2, today 3, because otherwise I was filling up my hard drive with all these Google pictures, and it's like, So Google is your friend. Use that. If you see a post on somebody else's page that you like a motivational picture, right click like this, do a right click, and then it'll say save image as, and you save it to your desktop. And then you go insert photo into your status and post it yourself and put your own words with it. Why that picture spoke to you, ask your people a question to get them engaged, etc. So another place you can find content is Pinterest and Instagram, and Jen talked about that. But if you need a recipe to share, like for 21 Day Fix or Shakeology or Healthy After School Snack, go to Pinterest and you will find a ton of that kind of stuff. You can also use Pinterest as your Google. I mean, I don't know where Pinterest ranks in search engines, but it's probably pretty high up there. So you can go there to find inspirational pictures too. And Instagram as well. I've been working a lot more on Instagram recently, so I find a lot of stuff there. And I just, screenshot the photo, and then I just crop out the Instagram part and I reshare it on my page. The other place you find content is in your life. I kind of jokingly say that when you become a Facebook coach, when you become a Beachbody coach, you view the world from the eyes of what would make a compelling Facebook post. And at first it seems a little weird, at least to other people in particular. And maybe you're a little uncomfortable, like going, in the grocery store, taking a selfie of yourself with, whatever. Hey, I've done it. Have you done it, Jen? We've all done it. Have you done it? If you haven't done it, you're not a Beachbody coach yet. And so what if somebody walks by and sees you taking a selfie? Ask them to take a picture of you, that's just what we do. And what I think to myself is I think about like social media gurus, or, I hate to say celebrities, but, whatever, people. And I think there's a lot of people that are a lot more high profile than me, for sure. And they're out there taking pictures. I mean, Shirley Johnson, Janelle Summers, you see some of the pictures they have. Well, they're smack dab in the middle of, the shopping mall, and Janelle Summers is doing a down dog or something. I mean, do you think she cares that everybody's like watching? And, they're probably just think it's interesting. So your life, think about what in your life you can make into a compelling post. And that's something that you can think about on the fly, but I really recommend that all of these things are better done if you plan it out. So I'm going to talk about planning out your content. But first, at the bottom of this slide, I want to make sure you realize, don't plagiarize. There is nothing worse than a coach that has posted something that is personal to them or has their personal story, and they see it then copied and pasted on another coach's page, verbatim. There are people that do that, and not just Beachbody coaches. There's people that do that. So you need to make sure, if it's fine to use inspiration from other people's posts, and but if it's somebody's story, then don't plagiarize their story. Make it your own. Maybe you liked how they shared their income or shared their Beachbody success. Well, you can take that, but make sure you put your own things to it. You want to be real. Don't ever try to be somebody you're not. Lindsay Matway is famous for saying, be your own reality show. I mean, just be real. And then Janelle Summers says, be you at, what does she say? Be you at your best, or be you times two. Be you times two. And what she means by that is be you, only a little bit better, right? And so, for instance, I will notoriously post pictures of myself without makeup. And, I'm 48, and me without makeup, I look like I'm 48, right? But there's sometimes I'll take that picture and the angle's just so, and the lighting's just so, and it's just like, it scares my dog, and he loves me no matter what, right? So I'm like, that's not really me times two. That's like not me at my sweaty best. That's me at like, only a mother would love that face. So I'm going to maybe take it a different way. I'll try again, or maybe I'll just say today is not the day for that picture. Same thing with food. When you make sure you got your lighting set up right. If you look at your picture that you've created and it would not make you stop and stare, then it's not going to make anybody else stop and stare either. Write this down, scroll stopping. You really want to try to post things that are scroll stopping. So think about that. Think about you. If I saw this picture, if I saw this motivational quote, if I saw that, would I want to stop and click like? And like Jen said, the things that get the most likes and the most engagement are going to be just the things where it's you being you. Your dogs, your kids, your babies, your grandbabies. Oh, people love giving their opinions on your shoes. I mean, stuff like that. You say, well, what does that have to do with business? Well, it has everything to do with building relationships, with being relatable, with being a page that people are delighted to see show up in their newsfeed. And that's what you want. You want people to be delighted when they see your name pop up in the newsfeed. And then I said limit sharing, and I think I've talked about that enough, but I can't talk about it enough because it's just, when somebody friend requests me, and I go to look at their page before I accept it because I want to make sure I know who they are, and I just see share. I'm just like, I don't get any sense of who this person is. I get no sense of it, no sense of who they are. So it's just kind of like, nothing. Content plan. So going back to our content calendar, you don't have to do this on a whiteboard, but I do love whiteboards. You want to have 3 to 5 posts a day, and it's really going to make your life so much easier if you have these planned out somewhat. And there are tools that Jen and I particularly like using, the tool Cinchshare. It's spelled CINCHSHARE. That's the one she and I use, and I actually am an ambassador for that product because my good friend Anna Gray, who is another elite coach, she was in the beta pilot group of the people that developed this. So she made sure it had everything Beachbody coaches want. So I have a link that you can sign up for a free trial of that. So I can post that in each of our team pages. But anyway, 3 to 5 posts per day. You can plan them out and you can schedule them. And I know Jen is a master at scheduling her posts. I mean, when you're a busy working mom, you have to be a master at your power hour and making the best use of your time. So, if you know that you have, another thing I like to do is to have themes. So if you know that every Monday is Motivation Monday, then okay, I need to go out and find, for the month of July, I need to find 4 Motivation Monday pictures. And I'm going to schedule those in my Cinchshare. I'm going to type something interesting about why I think this is a motivating picture. Maybe it's funny. Maybe it's thought-provoking. Maybe it plants a little seed about why you're so excited about Monday because you're a Beachbody coach and, you don't have to get up and go to work. That would be me. A little seed or something like that. So having daily themes is helpful. And on your content calendar, you can write that down at the bottom, Transformation Tuesday, Tasty Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. Workout Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday, Hump Day Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, Throwback Thursday, Freaky Friday, Fun Friday, Fit Friday. It doesn't have to have alliteration involved in it, but it's kind of fun when it does. And you don't necessarily have to post these things on your page like today is Freaky Friday. But if you kind of know that each day of the week you want to have that kind of thought in mind, then that helps you. Because I don't know about you, but I do better when I don't have a blank sheet of paper. I like to have something to start with. So like this is a blank sheet of paper and it's overwhelming. Oh my gosh, I got to come up with 3 to 5 posts for the week. I have no idea where to start. Now if I start writing in, oh, Motivation Wednesday, Transformation, now I start having some ideas. Okay, these are things I can post. The other thing that you can do that I find is helpful is here's just some basic guidelines. So for instance, on every day, if you have your 3 to 5 posts, you have 7 a.m. posts, typically 7, 6. I like to go at the 7 a.m. time frame. Motivational graphic. I have a motivational, like I call it my morning mojo post. I put that out there. And I like to have that scheduled because sometimes I'm doing other stuff at 7 a.m. I might be doing my workout, I might be doing my personal development, and when I wake up in the morning and my eyes are all crusty, the last thing I'm thinking about is, what's my morning mojo post for today? So get that scheduled. Your 10 a.m. post, it's a you post. What are you doing? What, thoughts that you have for the day, and that's something that you're going to have to think about, and that's when you're kind of thinking, okay, what's interesting about what I'm doing right now? There's always something interesting. Maybe you're at work and there's this big old candy jar on the reception counter and every day you have to walk by that candy jar. That's a post. Who else has a candy jar at work? And how many times is that, you can ask a question and that's something that's actually happening in your life. And that's a good post. I think you guys should write that down. Who has a candy jar at work and has to deal with that every day, right? A food post, a recipe post, what you're eating for lunch, a Shakeology recipe. You can, on the Team Beachbody blog, they always have little recipes and things. So I will actually share a link from something like that for my, food or recipe post. 6 p.m.-ish, Beachbody related, sweaty selfie, challenge group, some results that your challenge groups are having, results that you're having. And again, these are just general guidelines, but the timing is kind of what I want you to look at. You want to have posts throughout the day because you're getting different day parts. Now, Jen and I were just looking at some information, and it said the best time to post is between, it's 11 p.m. your time on Sunday. Who knew? Not me, because I'm in bed. And it even went on to say that posts that are scheduled, that the most comments and likes come to those posts that are at that time of the day. And I don't know if it's the night owls, the people that can't sleep, kids are in bed, hubby's watching TV, they're just sitting there doing their stuff. So you might want to go ahead. I like to put a post, and mine's 9 p.m., so maybe I should move it back. But I like to put some kind of random, and I just call it my random survey, or just a fun, engaging thing, just to give people something to think about. Or I might do a thoughtful post here, like a night-night post, something like that. But I'm telling you, talk about making your life a part of your posting. The random questions are the funnest things to see people respond to. And I still remember I did a post. I was at a football game or a track meet or something, and the only potties were porta potties. And so I was like, I wonder if people use it, because I do, but, some people don't. And what do they do if they don't use a porta potty? So, I just posted it. I said, random question. If you're out, will you use a porta potty or will you wait till you get home? And I had like hundreds of people commenting on that. And somebody asked, they said, where do you come up with these things? I said, just my life. I was out. I was using the porta potty, and it occurred to me, I wonder if people don't use these things. So Jen, you probably don't use the porta potty, do you? She's muted. I'm like, you can't talk. So that's what you do. So here's some ideas. So again, revisit. If you want to start out with 3 posts a day, then I would do a 7 a.m., I would do a 1, and then I would do an evening post. I believe that every day you need to have at least one post that speaks to the fact that health and fitness is a part of your lifestyle. That does not mean you are talking about Beachbody. That means you are sharing the fact that you worked out. I mean, every single coach has at least one you post every day. It's your workout post. If you do it in the morning, do it in the morning. If you do it at night, do it at night. If you do it at lunch, do it at lunch. And sometimes I'll do my workout in the morning and I won't post about it till night. So, you know, it doesn't matter. And then, you know, again, what you're eating and things like that. So that helps you stay on track, right? And you can even like keep it real with your followers and say, hey, did you miss me yesterday? I didn't post my workout post. That's because. So now here is an example of a content calendar that's a little more elaborate. So it's the same concept as what I showed you here. So you notice at the bottom it has the themes for the day, right? It's got the themes for the day. And then it's got the 5 posts. And notice we got motivational posts, make it your own. I mean, you can use a selfie. You don't always have to use a selfie. Every post doesn't have to be a picture of you. In fact, I think it's good to mix it up. You know, what you're doing right now, we already talked about that. Share a recipe, your workout-related pick, challenge group invite post. Now, notice in this posting plan, there's a challenge group post, a coaching post, challenge, coaching, challenge. This is where you get into breadcrumbing. Just because it says a challenge group invite post doesn't mean that your post says, please join my challenge group. We start on July 5th. Here's the link to join my group. You can have a direct call to action post, and you can certainly do something like that. And I do that, but not every post has to be like that. But see, with this posting plan, every day you are dropping that breadcrumb that you are a fitness coach, that you help other people do that, and that you are building a business. So how many times a week right now do you do a coaching opportunity post? And a coaching opportunity post could be on Thankful Thursday, where you share about the fact that, that you're able to buy, fill up your car with gas for the whole month based upon what you earn as a Beachbody coach. That could be your coaching opportunity post for that day, because you're planting a breadcrumb. Okay? Now, this posting plan has, again, it has a lot of you in it. What are you doing now? What are you doing now? What are you doing now? And it's kind of spaced these things out. This requires some thought. So I would take a plan like this. If you want to start with 3, then go to 3. But I would definitely schedule and pre-plan the ones that you can. Motivational, recipes. I mean, here it says share a healthy recipe you made. Well, it doesn't have to be a recipe you made that day. I will sometimes just take pictures of my food, and when I want to share a recipe, maybe I'll pull out a picture because it was a really nice picture and I had the lighting just right, and I took it maybe 2 months ago. I'll share it, because the recipe's still valid. I'm doing the 21-Day Fix Extreme right now. I can go and pull out my 21-Day Fix Extreme pictures, food pictures that I've used in the past, and I can use those again, right? So this is the content calendar. So that, my friends, is I was going to talk about Facebook Live real super quick because we are almost out of time. Does anybody want to hear about Facebook Live right now, or do you want to do that later? Oh, you do? Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, with Facebook Live, here's something to think about. Perfection is often the enemy of the good. I'm sorry about the typos there. Is the enemy of the good. Meaning, if you wait until you've perfected your videoing technique, you will never do a Facebook Live. So you got to just jump on in, okay? So here's something to think about. How do you jump on in? Well, first, think of a common question about your brand or your product. And I love the way Jen referred to your brand throughout the whole entire presentation, because that's what we're talking about. You are a brand now. Deborah Baska Fitness. Jen Arias Fitness, you know, Dawn Beacon Fitness. Well, all of you guys are brands now. Beachbody is not your brand. You are your brand. So think about a question that you get. You know, I started out, I think my first Facebook Live video was something about coaching. And I said something about, you know, here's something that I'm asked a lot in regards to being a coach. You know, how much time does it take, or whatever. You know, maybe your question has to do with food or fitness, or, you know, just talking about, you know, what you're doing. You know, people are always asking me, people are always saying, gosh, you know, Deb, you must work out for hours a day. You know, that's why you know, look like that. And I'm like, well, actually I only work out 30 minutes a day, and here's what I do. So think about a question you could ask, go to a quiet place, and then test it out and go. And you can do it, you know, at a time when, you know, not a whole lot of people are watching or whatever. But, you know, to be honest, the first time you do a Facebook Live, you know, you're probably not going to have tons and tons of people watching. I mean, you really aren't. The thing about Facebook Live is your video's live, and it takes people a little while to see it. So here's what would have to happen for people to see it actually and jump on live. You know, they would have to be in their Facebook, on their phone or on their computer, and they would have to see you pop up in their newsfeed. And oh, by the way, Facebook does give preferential treatment to live videos, so the chances of them seeing that are probably greater than some of your other posts. So they're going to see this live, and then they're going to stop and they're going to jump in. Okay, so another thing you can do once you get more comfortable with this is you can pre-announce and say, you know, I'm going live in 20 minutes talking about what I do for my fitness. I'm going live in 15 minutes and I'm going to answer the question, blah, blah, blah. So that way people can kind of maybe get the heads up. What you can do with your Facebook Live is improve as you go. So you're going to want to look at lighting. You're going to want to consider your bandwidth. I know I've done a lot of live videos where my bandwidth has gone in and out, in and out. So as you do your live videos and that happens to you, usually, you know, it's going to stop and you're going to be sitting there. Keep a smile on your face because it'll just pop right back up, right? So next time you'll know, okay, I don't want to do this in my bedroom. I need to go find someplace else to do it. You know, think about sound, what's out around you. You know, is it really windy? Because wind always, and the microphones always pick up wind a lot, so that can sound really muffled. And then improve as you go could also mean answering questions. So here's what happens with Facebook Live. It can be very distracting because you're going to see yourself talking and you're going to see people that joined. So you're going to see these names pop up, and you're going to see little hearts and thumbs up start flying across your picture. And then you might, hopefully, you're going to see people commenting and asking questions. They may just be saying, hi, Deb, you know, hey, you look great. And, you know, you're talking like you're reading like, oh, hi, thanks. And the next thing you know, you're kind of, you know, you're losing your train of thought. So maybe the first few times you go live, maybe you don't want to answer questions live or comment on what people are commenting on. You know, you just want to stay focused. The other thing you need to make sure is you have energy. So look at your videos after you've gone live and ask yourself, would I want to watch this? Because you've got to have high energy. You know, hi everybody, I know you really wanted to learn about what I do for my fitness, and you know, it's just I really just work out 30 minutes a day, and you know, I just eat, you know, these container thingies, and you know. Hey, you guys, I am so excited to share with you my secrets to staying fit. And I'm going to tell you how I do it in only 30 minutes a day. And believe you me, if anyone can do it, if I can do it, anyone can do it. So, you know, you want to start out kind of high energy. And again, don't be worried about being perfect. You can even tell people, say, hey, you guys, this is my first time going live and I'm so nervous. Be real. People love it. I was going to show you guys, has anybody not done a Facebook Live? Let's see if I can share. Let's open this up. Raise your hands if you have not done a Facebook Live yet. Raise your hand. Okay, some of you guys I can't see. Okay, so there's quite a few. I wanted to show you something that just so you can see what it looks like. So let's see if I can do this. My technology here. Oh, my music is still playing. We'll just turn that off. Okay, this is my phone. So when you go into Facebook Live, so right now you can only do it from your phone or your iPad, I guess. You go to your timeline, right? And you click on your status and you see the little, right down here, this is your Facebook Live. And it's nice to kind of put something that's, descriptive or catchy, right? And so like I did one today, it's called Dear Diary Day 1. You know, or it might be, just, describing, because this is going to be, your live video is going to reside on your Facebook timeline. So it'll be there for people to scroll through and see at a later date as well. So describe your video. Oh, I can't do it. See, I want to type on my computer. And then you press the go live button. And then you're live. Do you want me to go live? Ah! Hey, you guys, this is Deb, and I am actually doing some training right now. I am working with my team. I'm on a live team call with Team Dare to Dream and Determination Nation, and I am teaching people a little bit about Facebook Live. And so I actually just showed them via a mirroring device. So like on your iPhone, you can actually mirror your iPhone to your PC. So they are all watching my screen share while I go live here on Facebook. So I'm really curious, are you guys using live Facebook video? And if you are, what are you using it for? A lot of people are using it to kind of share thoughts about their day or answer questions, or even, just share things like their puppy's playing. That's the best. My son just got a new puppy, so I'm going to have to share a Facebook Live with you about the puppy. But, if you have any questions about Facebook Live, or if you have used it, or if you haven't used it, I would love to hear from you, because, Facebook Live is the next big thing when it comes to social media. And, it's a great way to connect with your friends, your family, so that they can actually see you and hear from you. I mean, you can, hey Jen, see, now I'm distracted. See, the thing about Facebook Live is whenever you're talking, your people that are joining start leaving you messages, and then you've totally lost your train of thought. It's really like kind of like a cocktail party, only you're the only one that people can see, and you're the only one that can really talk. So it's like your own little special cocktail party. Only no cocktails here. I'm having actually some Energize. Yes, because I am doing training. I have to pump myself up. So anyway, this is just a test for my people or my team. And thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of our little guinea pig crew here. And I'm going to sign off so that everybody can see what it looks like when we sign off. So I press finish, ending live video. And actually, hey guys, this is Deb, and I'm actually doing some training right now. Right down here, you can save it to your camera roll. Now, I'm not going to save this one, so I'm not going to click the button. So I actually just showed them. And now it's on my Facebook page. So now I'm going to unshare my phone. And my phone is still shared. Oh, I don't have to be plugged in. So now it's on my Facebook page. It lives there. I can actually go and edit it. I can delete it if I want, if I don't want that to be on there forever. And you can actually tag people. So sometimes I'll go back and I'll edit, and I will like tag my husband if he's in the video, or I might tag, one of you guys if I was talking about you. So that's how I use Facebook Live. As soon as I had high energy, it does sometimes take people a while to join. So like you're sitting here talking, and there's a little bit of a delay. So like I'm sitting here talking and I don't see anybody on. It's like, okay, I'm just talking to myself, but that's okay, because remember, this is recorded and it's on your timeline. If you are doing something like sharing a Shakeology recipe, people love when you go live from your kitchen and you share recipes and things like that. I would save that to your phone, and then I would upload that to YouTube so that you have content on YouTube. Or you can then repurpose it and use it on your like page. You can also go live on your like page. So you want to try both and see, if maybe you can build up some additional engagement on your like page, because Facebook loves live video right now. So take advantage of that. Be a groundbreaker. Be a pioneer in that field. Do not wait to be perfect at it. Just like with YouTube. Whenever YouTube was the only place we had to make videos, I know a lot of, who has made a YouTube video? Raise your hand. If you have not made a YouTube video. You have not. Not. Okay. So, no. And why haven't you not? Is it because you are afraid that you won't be good enough? Is it because you have made thousands of tries? You've sat here and talked to yourself until you're blue in the face and you don't like any of the cuts? Or all of the above? Don't worry about being perfect. The best thing that you can do is make sure you are in a place where you have good lighting and that you have high energy, right? Don't worry if you stumble on your words. Don't worry. Gosh, when I am so afraid of Facebook Live because I never know what's going to come out of my mouth. And when I first did Facebook Live, I told people that. I said, I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth because I sometimes ramble and I'm really nervous, but because this is not editable, I would say I can't stop this and redo it. So whatever you get is what you get. So that's when they can really see your personality. It's so exciting. So we have just burned up your ear with information tonight. I hope you guys got some good content out of it. I don't know. I don't see any questions in the chat. Are there any questions before you guys want to go to bed? You can unmute yourself if you have any questions or comments. I think it's a lot easier to do Facebook Live than it is to do a YouTube video. Because when you just do a video on your phone or wherever, then you have to upload it to YouTube, and that's kind of a pain in the hiney. And then Facebook doesn't like it when you share a YouTube link. They don't like that. So then you've done this wonderful video, and if Facebook is really your primary method of reach, people aren't going to see it because it's not a Facebook tool, so they don't want to promote it. All right, so everybody, your assignment, if you should choose to accept it, your mission is to do a Facebook Live. And remember, do it when you're feeling your best, I think. Your first Facebook Live, I would recommend you do it when you're feeling your best. And you know what? A really good thing to do is just make a Shakeology. Show people how you make your Shakeology. Do it, when you got some makeup on, when you got a cute top, maybe a Shakeology shirt. So do it when you feel most confident, and usually when we feel confident is when we look good, right? Instead of the sweaty selfie. I don't think I've done a Facebook Live sweaty selfie yet. Anyway, so thank you guys. Can you talk about like pages next meeting? Yeah, we can talk about like pages. I don't really like my like page, but I'll talk about it. Do you like your like page, Jen? It's like a love-hate relationship.
I don't like it as much as my personal page, but I'm consistent with posting daily on it. I'm not consistent with putting money into it, and so I'm not consistent with growing it. But I do keep it there, and I have good intentions with it, and I post as much personal information as I can, because if you're going to have a like page, you still have the same rules apply. You still want to show you there as well, not just stock pictures all the time. So I try to alternate. I put my workout video there sometimes, and then sometimes it's on my personal page, and sometimes, I try to keep it going.
One thing I really recommend with your like page is use I like to use send share. I say Hootsuite. Use send share to schedule, and you can actually schedule live on your like page. I don't know if you guys know that, but I like to take the same content and repurpose it. So I don't want to schedule. How do I get out of this now? I don't want to post the same thing on my like page and my personal page all at the same time. Exit. Here we go.
Escape.
But if I have good content, then I want it to go on both. So you can schedule Let's go to my like page. Ugh, all these pop-ups. So let's say that I have, oh my gosh, I might have to delete that video. See, look at the freeze frame. How can we change the freeze frame on our live videos? Ah, so awful. Oh, Patty says she doesn't wear her glasses, so she can't see the comments. That's funny. So maybe I have, let me find, I would show you. So maybe I love this post and I could just copy it, right? Let's say I love this post. I'm going to copy it onto my like page. I've got the picture, I think. I'm going to make sure I've got it saved. And then I can go over to my like page and I can schedule it to post there tomorrow. See, I don't want to put it on both pages right at the same time, because then people that follow you on both pages, they get a double post, and that's annoying, I think. Mm-hmm. No, I can't see my dealies.
Also, I was told that scheduling from your like page is best. Mm-hmm. I only then share for my groups mostly now. You know, if I'm running a training or if I have a challenge group, or, you know, if I want to post something in my team, I use Cinch Share. But if I'm going to schedule to my like page, I use their scheduler because that's Facebook's preference. So that's what I do.
Like third-party tools as well. So, so here I'm going to upload that picture. I'm going to post that. And make sure the spacing's right. And right down here, you can schedule. So I'm just going to pop that out there tomorrow. Yeah, so I did. It was a post about my day-to-day, but my like page people, I'll put that out there at 9:27 a.m. There we go. So now I've got content on my like page. And I did go live on my like page yesterday. And I don't do a ton of stuff, but look, I had 1,600 people read, 544 views, and I got some.
Hey guys, Autumn here. I'm getting ready to run out the door. Incredibly busy day.
Oh, is that me?
Little man has a performance at school.
So yeah, we can talk specifically more about like pages. I have a guest speaker that's coming up. Gosh, she's not until September. But she's going to talk about her free groups and how she gets people from her like page using free groups and just blows. I mean, she just went 15-star diamond, so apparently it's working. So that will give us some more insight on how to use like pages to build your pipeline. So with that, we've been on this call for a whole heck of a long time. But you know what? We are here to blow up July. We are blowing up our business, and we're making our business a priority. We're treating our business like a business, and this was a business meeting. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Now, go forth and do a live video tomorrow and tag us in the comments, not in the actual video, in the comments, so we can be sure to see it. Okay. Talk to you guys later.